the Strategic Hotbox with Dr. Brandi Luv Stankovic. Discussing leadership, business, and how to take control of your life and achieve greatness. From the streets of Las Vegas, energized, informed, and never diluted. It's time to kick some ass.
Hey, it's your girl, Dr. Brandi Stankovic, and we are here with a special episode of the Strategic Hotbox because we partner with the Worldwide Foundation. And this is a pretty exciting event. We have scholarship winners from the Global Women's Leadership Network, as well as the World Young Credit Professionals. The Worldwide Foundation for Credits is on a mission to make credit unions and financial cooperatives stronger everywhere on earth. And there are two main programs, as I just mentioned, that are leading this change. With the Global Women's Leadership Network, working with women across the globe, because women lead. And when women are in leadership positions, even whether it's in their families or in the home, everything changes. And with the WYCUP, the young professionals, the future of this movement is here. We can't talk about the future so much that it ends up being the past. We have 13 scholars from 8 countries, and they've got one destination, the 2026 World Council Conference. It'll be in Sydney. And so I get the chance to ask some really great questions. So they came in ready because, of course, these are the best of the best, and that's why they're here talking with us today. But you know what I love about doing this globally? Is that you ask leaders honest questions and questions about what is nobody saying out loud, and how have you been in places where you doubted yourself, or what skills actually got you here? And people from all over the globe have some beautiful alignment in their responses. So whether it's from Brazil or Kenya or Jamaica or the Philippines, Canada, the United States, the themes were the same. Things like fear and hope, imposter syndrome, responsibility, purpose, and a deep belief that cooperative finance can change lives if the right people are there setting it up, stepping up, and using their voice. So that's what today is all about. There's no polished answers or corporate scripts. We're not here with some leadership speak. This is about the future of our movement. Real voices from real people across cultures, languages, and experiences. So today you're going to see a balance of lots of different questions and answers, and we're here from a lot of different individuals, and we're doing it the way the Strategic Hotbox does it best. It's fast, it's honest, and the conversations actually mean something. Because the future of this movement will not be built by the loudest people in the room. It'll be built by the brave people that are willing to do the work. So let's get started. To start us off, I want you to meet everyone. So one at a time, can we hear from each of our scholars, their name, country, organization, and maybe one word about you that got you here?
Hi, everyone. I am Giselle Byron from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, representing the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Cooperative Credit Union. One word I will say that got me here is determination.
My name is Tanya Mueller-Smith, and I am from Canada. And one word that got me here is passion.
Hey, my name is Brenda Obondo from Kenya, specifically the Kenya Medical Association SACCO and the Kenya Union of Savings and Credit Cooperatives. And one word that got me here is definitely audacity.
Hello everyone, I'm Genesis, but you can call me Jean. I'm from the Philippines and representing Philippine Federation of Credit Cooperatives National Capital Region. And one word that would describe why I'm here is because of it, my courage, I guess.
Hi everyone, my name is Terry Kirkides. I'm from St. Kitts. One word that got me here is determination.
Ok, meu nome é Daniel, eu sou do Brasil e eu estou representando a Sicredi, especificamente a Sicredi Vale do Piqueri, ABCD Paraná, São Paulo, e estou muito animado, estou muito feliz de estar participando aqui e acho que uma palavra para me representar, né, seria talvez a liderança.
Olá a todos, sou Heloísa, estou representando o Brasil, a cooperativa Sicredi pioneira. Estou muito honrada, muito feliz de estar aqui com vocês. E uma palavra para me representar é liderança feminina.
Bom, meu nome é Washington Filho, eu sou de Abaetetuba, no Pará, tenho 26 anos, sou empreendedor, sou empresário, e uma palavra que me representa é persistência.
Hola, soy Digna Margarita Almonte, soy de República Dominicana, represento a Copaspire y una palabra que me define es reto y liderazgo.
So my name is Nicholas Campbell. I am from Jamaica, and the word that brought me here is resilience.
My name is Christian Flores. I'm from the United States of America, and the one word that got me here is perseverance.
I'm Marcia Osborne. I'm from Jamaica, and the one word is perseverance.
Mary Bokosi, Hole Medisako, Malawi, self-confidence.
What is one honest conversation? So now let's get into the meat. What's an honest conversation about financial cooperatives in our movement that nobody says out loud, but we probably should?
Honestly, I think we need to have more conversations, in Canada at least, about what financial cooperatives are and why they matter. I think we do such incredible work, but as a collective, we're not always great at telling our story, and why we're so essential to our communities.
I think the conversation that, allow me to be honest, we really need to have is why our leadership in the credit union is largely male, largely old, and why we need to create more space in leadership, decision-making leadership to be exact, for the younger generation and women.
In my honest opinion and observation for me is the fact that we often say that the members are the center of our movement, but sometimes we do not listen when the members speak, and they don't really have that opportunity to say what's on their mind and how the movement can move forward. And if we're going to move forward as a movement that is focused on our members and helping them, we need to hear their voice.
Olha, eu acho que o que a gente acaba não falando é justamente a diferença entre as cooperativas de crédito e os bancos convencionais. Eu acho que muita gente ainda tem essa dificuldade de fazer essa diferenciação e essa comparação entre os dois sistemas.
Yeah, as financial cooperatives, I know that we have our own tradition whereby we are not so much into technology. So I feel like we are really falling behind and we cannot meet the competition with the banks and all other financial institutions because we are so much comfortable with our traditional way of doing things. But now it's high time now. We need to move so that we are in the same lane. We have got young people. We want them to be part of the movement. So for them to be part of the movement, then we need to do more in technologies.
Love it. And I love that we looked both internally in an organization as well as externally. So you're seeing it from all sides. And I like that we're throwing a challenge out there too. So it's great to have leaders like you talking about these important conversations. When we talk about our leadership growth and we talk about submissions to scholarships and being a part of this program, was there ever a moment of self-doubt before you applied where you thought, oh, what am I going to do? And what helped you push through it?
I would say absolutely. There was self-doubt. I have actually wanted to apply for the scholarship for a number of years. And every year when I saw the winners be announced on LinkedIn or on the websites, I thought like, oh, why didn't I apply? I should have been there. And I just, I always kind of thought, why would they pick me? There's all these amazing people doing incredible things. And what got me kind of past that was connecting with colleagues from some of the emerging leader groups that I'm part of here in Canada. And, one colleague in particular really reminded me that we are our own worst critics.
Por varias razones. Primero, República Dominicana nunca había ganado esta beca. Segundo, en mi cooperativa aplicaron varias personas que han tenido mucha participación y que han sido líderes por mucho más tiempo que yo en la cooperativa y en diferentes órganos de la cooperativa. Y entonces lo llené así como sin esperar nada. Y entonces le envío y un día estoy en una reunión en mi trabajo y leo un correo y digo, debe ser un error, no puede ser mi nombre. Y entonces se lo envío al consejo de administración de mi cooperativa y digo, miren, parece que hay un error, no, tú lo ganaste. Entonces,
I remember thinking, okay, well, if I don't get it, I guess I can apply next year, which is, I feel like, very helpful for me when it comes to that perseverance. It also helped that I told my son I was applying and he's 7. So he kept asking me, he's like, well, if we win, do I get to see a wombat? So that was something that really just kind of, helped me push through it. But really, that self doubt, I feel like it was very loud during the process. But here we are.
Let's be honest, I heard a lot of humility and a lot of beautiful things that everyone said, but was there confidence too? Did you expect to win? And what is that? And how we approach that? What does that tell us about how we see ourselves?
Honestly, I did not expect that I would become part of the scholarship grantee of this scholarship. Since I know that same with others as well that there are already a number of movements being into this application, but uh, I just manifested that I'm gonna be part of this scholarship, and little did I know the morning I woke up, the announcement was already on the internet.
Já tinha confiança no trabalho, no trabalho que eu desenvolvia, né? A gente já tem um know-how muito bom, graças a Deus, é um projeto que se destaca e eu gravei aquele vídeo, claro, para ter para participar daquele momento, mas não com 100% de certeza. Confiante, sim, mas ali um pouco incrédulo ainda. Mas recebi a notícia que a gente estaria sendo o primeiro projeto aprovado das Créditos do Oeste, né, para ir para o WYCUP. Foi uma coisa maravilhosa. Eu vibrei com toda a agência e a gente ficou muito feliz, foi muito legal.
No, I did not expect to win, especially after looking at the other videos. I truly loved all of them, but I would guess this reminds me to not underestimate myself. We all have potential. We just need to be able to fully, appreciate them.
Everyone is unique, and all the responses that we hear are so unique. I love hearing all these different pieces, but there are certain skills that get us here. I feel like my skill that I bring to the table and all the work that I've done is discipline. And so what are some of the skills that got you here that you might not see reflected on something like a resume?
2 skills for me. One would be my curiosity. For me, I believe I'm strategically curious, where I just don't accept things at face value. I like to ask questions. I like to challenge the status quo. And additionally, I have a zeal or a love for young people. So my compassion for young people would always come out. And that helped me to be here today.
Eu sempre aprendi com meu avô que se nós queremos construir uma comunidade melhor, nós precisamos ser protagonistas. E poder participar desse momento é poder levar um pouco do meu conhecimento, mas principalmente conectar pessoas em torno de um propósito comum.
For me, it's simple resilience, just the ability to keep going even when it seems very, very hard and uncomfortable. Just keep going.
If you could think about one thing that you'd love to see change in this cooperative finance global movement, what do we need to be doing differently going forward?
There are many things I would love to see evolve in this industry. However, one that stands out to me is moving from youth engagement in principle to youth leadership in actual practice. The future of cooperative finance depends on young people, so it must become more accessible and appealing to them.
I would love to see more collaboration globally and nationally. I know there's such incredible work being done by the World Council and the Worldwide Foundation for Credit Unions. Unfortunately, I do still meet people, at least here in Canada, who either aren't sure how their organization can engage with that type of work, or they don't support it at an organization-wide level. I think that, like was already said, the supporting young leadership in practice, not just in theory, and allowing voices to be heard at the board table, at the executive table, and not only supporting young and emerging leader groups, but really building that support into the foundation of your organizations?
Acredito eu que seja o aumento da participação principalmente dos associados, das cooperativas de crédito, para desenvolver atividades mesmo, seja em suas comunidades, suas cidades, suas regiões. Então, eu acho que o compromisso dos associados em desenvolver essas atividades, esses trabalhos ali, para impactar de forma voluntária, né, a sua região.
We are excellent planners, but at times we don't execute these plans efficiently. What I would suggest is we should utilize data much more intentionally. I find that we report on information, but we don't necessarily use that data. So I would love going forward, the cooperative finance industry should, of course, use the data more intentionally, for, much more personalized experience for the industry.
I love to think about mentors and mentorship that we've had in our lives and the leaders that shaped our careers. What's one thing, one mentor, one shout out you'd like to give today to somebody that means something special to you?
Bom, eu tenho 26 anos e durante a boa parte da minha vida, né, quanto infância e criação, eu fui criado pela minha avó. Então eu vejo que ela foi muito importante, né, e foi a principal peça para me formar como liderança, porque eu lembro-me muito das conversas que a gente tinha e ela sempre enfatizava, né, o quanto eu deveria me desenvolver, pois ela não está ali para sempre, né? Então essas conversas me deixavam muito reflexivos mesmo na infância. E isso me fazia querer estudar, me queria fazer ser alguém na vida, como ela cansou de dizer, né? Então, hoje em dia, a minha formação atual é reflexo da minha base na infância.
They say the rank of a great leader is how many other leaders they create. My two leaders who have actually, made an imprint on my life so far are former WYCUPers. You have Sarah Vasti, and of course you have Katrina Grant, who started the Next Gen Change Makers of Jamaica. They have literally made an imprint on my life, to, of course, apply for WYCUP. And they've intentionally created a space, for not just me, but other young professionals who are extremely, passionate about the credit union movement. So I have to give my hats off to them.
Two leaders that have made the most impact in my life recently. I'm going to name them, and they're both going to hate that I named them, but I wanted to give them their flowers. The first one is Kari Applewhite, and my second leader that I want to name is Erika Ordaz. They are two amazing, powerful women that just show me and have taught me that you can be your most authentic self in all the spaces you're in. You don't have to be afraid of that. And what they've also taught me is that it's okay to be vulnerable with your teams, because the moment that you're vulnerable with them and you're honest with them about things that you struggle with, it actually empowers them to vocalize that and then to seek some sort of leadership skills or just really additional knowledge.
I love hearing about the different mentors, and I personally had the great opportunity to work with both family and people within the industry, because those two things connected. My mom works in credit unions, and as many of you may know, she was the founding chair of the Global Women's Leadership Network. So I was able to have her as a mentor and see her passion. But I also we love that we're different. And so our differences bring a beautiful diversity and allow us to challenge one another and integrate those ideas. I also think that I am so motivated and get such inspiration from all of you. The next generation of leadership, the people that are coming forward, the pushing the path, standing on the shoulders of those that came before them and are able to take this industry to the next level. But it always hasn't been easy. Sometimes there are tough moments in our careers. What got you through the tough moments?
Navigating board politics for me was the challenge in the beginning, and just trying to wrap my head around that politics exists within the board, and praying for a lot of wisdom, and of course seeking knowledge and just learning to again, connect with different people and learn people. So navigating board politics was a huge challenge during my leadership journey.
Un momento difícil para mí fue cuando tuve que salir de la cooperativa por un tema de salud. La cooperativa, para mí, yo amo mucho la cooperativa, porque originalmente éramos una ONG y en la cooperativa hicimos una cooperativa de empleados, la cual yo dirigía, y ahí todos los empleados podían tener sus ahorros y podían alcanzar metas muy bonitas personales. Y luego entonces surgió la cooperativa formalmente. Y cuando mi médico me dijo, tienes que salir porque vas a morir, tienes que hacer un plan B, literalmente tú puedes morir si no sales por un tema de estrés. Debes salir. Para mí fue muy doloroso enfrentar esta situación porque para mí la cooperativa era mi vida, era mi pasión, era mi motor. Pude superar este reto con mentoría, acompañamiento y gracias a Dios ya de nuevo estoy de nuevo en la cooperativa sirviendo a los socios y a las familias.
Yes, I had a particularly difficult few years when I was raising a family. I was working and also studying, but I stayed true to my purpose, taking things, one step at a time. I had a good support system, not just family and friends, and I think those together really helped me through.
Well, the good news is no matter what challenges we've faced as leaders, you're going to Sydney, Australia. Congratulations. This is so exciting. We're on our way. All of us about to hop on airplanes, sometimes, some of us for the first time. What will be one conversation or one plan that you have when you're there? How are you going to spend your time there? And what are some places you might even force yourself, even if you're a little scared?
If I'd be having a conversation that I have to force myself in, I think it would be the youth mentorship and succession type of conversations, because I really wanted to surround myself of how some of the global developed nation credit unions.
Estou muito animada para estar em Sydney, inclusive estou praticando meu inglês todos os dias. Quero conversar com muitas pessoas, mas especialmente conversar com outras mulheres, outras sister societies que estão fazendo um trabalho incrível e entender um pouco mais como eu posso apoiar mulheres na liderança e como podemos ter mais mulheres participando de conselho de administrações.
And I also want to learn more about how Australian credit unions help folks that are victims of domestic violence. I know that's a big, there's certain credit unions in Australia that do like community work that way. So that's something that's top of mind for me.
If you think about the future, we look to the future of cooperative financial movement, and we think about the changes that we want to make and the inspiration, the impact that we want to make. Answer this or fill in this blank. The world would be a better place if...
Picture it. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 2036. Credit unions penetration rates steadily trending upwards. A diverse board of directors where the average age is 45. A management staff with millennials and Gen Zs, increased financial literacy in schools, increased reach of new members who were previously unbanked because of numerous red tape, and I leading an innovative member-focused project that helps to drive this transformation.
Bom, o mundo seria um lugar melhor se pudéssemos unir, né, um movimento mais jovem, inclusivo, inovador, conectado com as comunidades e com os pequenos empreendedores, né? Seria maravilhoso.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a future where everyone will be involved in financial decisions, especially women and the youth, so that we should work together and remove the poverty, especially from the third world countries, where there is a very big gap between the rich and the poor, and where especially women from the villages, they are not given opportunity. So I look forward to a future where everyone will have financial freedom. All women will have the same space on the decision-making table, and all the youth will be involved as they are the future of this movement. Yeah.
Final takeaway for everyone. We've heard amazing responses from all the individuals that have been part of today, from all of our different countries and all the different perspectives. What's one bold action item or takeaway that you will, all of us listening, can take with us to Australia, or for anybody that's watching that doesn't get the chance to travel with us but wants to be a part of the energy and of the excitement? What's a bold action or takeaway?
I will encourage others to take this trip, this journey. It's a very important one as we continue to try to build and enhance the credit union movement. It's good that we have our young persons in this space, that we could all meet and network and learn from each other to take back to our individual countries and credit unions.
I encourage everyone to show up and to listen and genuinely connect.
Be open, be resilient, put your ears and eyes on the ground and connect, network, meet new people. We are a global family.
I encourage everyone that since learning is a process, we have to open ourselves to new learnings that we'll be encountering as we go to Sydney, and always keep dreaming.
I would say simply just be the change you want to see. If you want to see a change in the overall movement, be a part of that change and be in Sydney.
Tem uma frase muito bacana que a gente usa aqui na minha cidade, principalmente a minha família, que a gente fala assim: prego que se destaca recebe martelada. Então, quanto mais você se destacar, mais pontos você vai levantar e mais destaque você vai ter. Então, quanto mais você trabalhar, mais você acabar provocando, mais destaque você consegue. Então, eu acho que isso é muito interessante, você trazer esse destaque para você e para quem está trabalhando junto com você.
A minha mensagem é: tenha coragem. Sonhe muito, mas tenha coragem de realizar os seus sonhos.
Então, se eu puder impactar a vida de jovens como eu, com a minha história, já vai ser algo muito satisfatório. Eu já recebo depoimentos como esse e quero continuar recebendo.
En mi caso sería salir de la zona de confort para innovar y lograr tus sueños.
Do not be afraid to network. Keep all contacts. That's it.
Ask all the questions.
Embrace vulnerability. Own your space.
Have self-esteem and always don't doubt yourself, because everything is possible if you put yourself into it. So everyone can make his or her dreams come true as long as you are very consistent and work for them and have self-confidence. Yeah.
And thank you to all of you for being a part of this session. This is what the credit union movement looks like. This is what the future sounds like. We'll see you all in Sydney, and we can't wait to hear more about your stories and watch what you do.
Thank you.
Muito obrigado a todos.
Gracias.
Thank you, Sarah May.
Asante sana.
And thank you again to all of you. Thank you for the pioneers that are out there making this industry great. Thank you for those WYCUPers and Global Women's Leadership Network leaders that are out there paving the way for our new generation of scholarship winners to come in and make an impact and make a difference. Thank you to all of those that donate their time and money to the Worldwide Foundation so we have the ability to provide scholarships and have this opportunity. And thank you to all of those listeners in the Strategic Hotbox. If you want to know more, you'll see all the links. You'll see all the places that you can come be a part of this incredible cooperative financial movement that is truly across the globe. And so we had the opportunity to go global here on the Strategic Hotbox and meet that next generation of leaders. And from here, my takeaway and things that I learned and pulled from all these amazing leaders is, one, that international perspective. If you haven't had the chance to travel, get out there and travel, even if it's in the backyards of your community, and understand different communities. That diversity of thought, perspective, and culture is life-changing. Number 2 is to choose love, lead with your heart, and know that it's a passion about people. You heard things like people helping people and helping the communities and really learning, being curious and listening and understanding. And all of that really is about starting with choosing love. And finally, nothing happens unless we get out there and we take action. So it's time to change the movement. So whether you're a Hotbox listener and you're listening for somebody that hasn't been exposed to cooperative finance before, welcome. Be a part of the family. And for those of you that are already part of our credit union family and people helping people and part of the movement, thank you for being here. And I truly hope we get to see you in Australia. Until next time, get out there and make something happen.